Welcome, everyone. My name is Lori Lemon, and I'm with the NAWBO HQ team. Want to welcome you to the first of 3 calls related to the WBC, our road to WBC, if you can call it that. We are so excited to get this kicked off. Many of us, whether we're on national board, chapters, HQ team, everybody's been thinking about this for a long time. I just got back from Austin, where we did our last planning meeting at the hotel. So we are so excited to get rolling. October is coming very, very quickly. And so we just wanted to set a series of calls. We found last year when we did a Know Before You Go call and recorded it and shared it back out with others who couldn't make it. They said it was valuable. There was a lot of good information, certainly a great way to get some tips, get some background, especially if you haven't been to WBC before, but also to see a few other attendees who are on the call and get connected, because especially if it's your first time, it might seem a little overwhelming or you just really don't know what to expect. So we will share a little bit of information today and take questions. We'll hear from Bank of America, one of our wonderful sponsors, presenting sponsor of the conference. And we'll hear from a couple of our national board members. And again, toward the end, we'll give you some time to get into breakout rooms and just introduce yourself and talk for a couple minutes. Okay. So I will go ahead and get started. Again, I'm Lori Lemon with the NAWBO National HQ team. I do work on our national events. This is the Women's Business Conference that's coming up in Austin, Texas, October 15th through the 17th. I suspect most of you are joining because you have registered, but if anyone has not, please do. Again, I think we'll hopefully tell you a lot of reasons why you may want to join us, but otherwise, I'd like to introduce a couple of our NAWBO National Board members and ask them to share just a couple of thoughts about, maybe something a little bit about why they attend the conference every year, maybe your story just a little bit, so others can see where you're coming from and maybe understand why it's important to you to be a part of this event. So Lisa Siebert, I'm going to call on you first, if that's okay.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you're located. Nice to see everyone. So WBC, my first one was in 2008. So it goes back that far. And I've been going ever since, because it is a place to meet people just like you on this screen and get to know women business owners across the nation that I can make partners of, peers of, mentors of. I mean, I found all of the above in the women that I have met over the years at WBC, have become dear friends, business partners, business associates, clients, mentors, shoulders to cry on, all of that. And I have not found anything like that anywhere else. I mean, I go to other conferences, but it's just not the same as having people in the room who are going through the same thing that you're going through. And as a woman business owner, it's still different from men as business owners. So it's a whole different perspective. And just to have that friendship, that camaraderie that comes from meeting all of you at the conference, I can't understate enough. Plus, there's great content and lots of fun, and I always leave taking something away that I can bring back to my business or to my team and put into action.
Fabulous. Totally agree. Totally agree. Okay, Jackie Hayes, I'll put you on the spot next, if you would.
I'm in the hot seat. Thank you so much. Hello, ladies, NAWBO ladies. It's amazing to see you all. You look beautiful out there. And I know you're working hard. This is lunchtime. Well, so I'm kind of like got chicken nuggets right here. I'm trying to, hopefully they're not in the screen. So, I've been a member since 2011, and I kind of jumped right in and got involved. But the most memorable WBC for me is the one in Indianapolis. I just remember rolling down. I was on a gondola. with Kimball Bosworth. And if you don't know her, get to know her. I just remember being on a gondola, and it was just an amazing experience. And so very much like Lisa said, so of course, as NAWBO is in general, this is our community. This is where we bring our issues. This is where we bring our celebration so we can lift as we climb, and be a supportive community. But this is also where we come to have fun. And one thing I've noticed about the NAWBO conference, the WBC, which is different than the other conferences that I go to, is that it's just real. We're not trying to put on any pretense. And that's what I love about NAWBO in general. We're not putting on any airs, although our businesses are very successful and we could be that, all those things, but we're not. We never forgot that first and foremost, we're women, and women support other women. And then we're business owners. And so we're coming to get things to uplift our businesses, and which by in turn uplift our communities. But we're there to connect and have fun. This is just a couple days away from the day-to-day grind that we're all juggling so many different things. And we really do try to go and unplug as much as possible and really try to be refreshed so that when we do get back to our home lives, go back to our businesses, we're ready to go and we're excited about it. But I just love that it's not, you can tell when NAWBO women are on a mission when they go to WBC. They got their notebooks, they got their pens, they are on a mission. They come in with a strategy, and that's where we're executing against. And so that's what I love about it. And I was just telling the group just a couple of days ago that I just booked my flight because I'm real particular about my flight. I have to get there. Just a few things that just have to happen. But Southwest had both ways. It was like $80. I'm like, score, $160 for the flight. So if you haven't booked your flight, do that now. This is the time. I saw that on the news. This is the time to book your flight because flight rates are low. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that. And then think about, if you haven't already, think about a roommate. That's another thing that makes us a little bit different. I actually got teased by a colleague who couldn't believe that we were sharing rooms as adults. I was like, we absolutely share rooms, and it's like a big slumber party. And so think about who you can room with, because you want to be sensitive of a budget, and that's a great way to bring down the cost of the hotel stay. So see who's going to be going in your chapter, or if you have friends in other chapters, consider rooming up, and that way you can spend that extra money on something in the NAWBO market and supporting another woman. And so it's so many creative things that you can do so that you don't feel like you have to choose, right? This can be a very doable conference. It just involves us all getting a little bit creative.
Fabulous. Totally agree. So those are some great points. Excellent points. Okay, well, also, I want to open it up. I want to make sure that you know that joining us today is our NAWBO National Chair for this year, Lisa Coppola, from the Buffalo Niagara chapter, along with another national board member, Krista Martinez, down in Albuquerque. Lisa or Krista, not to put you on the spot, but would you like to make any comments? Do you have anything that you'd like to add? If not, of course, that's fine as well.
Well, I'll jump in because y'all know I like to talk.
That's awesome. That works.
But my role really here is to echo exactly what Lisa with an E said and Jackie said. There is no greater power, I think, than when we join together and we're physically in the same space. It was honestly painful during the couple of years of COVID when it was great. Our HQ team pivoted so well, and we had, other platforms to do this remotely for the WBC, but being together is remarkable. And I'll just say I had the great good fortune early this year in, I think, early February to be in Austin with Lori to look over our site. It's just remarkable. The events we have planned, the learning, the inspiration we have planned is going to be just terrific. So I hope to see each and every one of you there and get a chance to meet you in person.
Fabulous. Thank you, Lisa. Krista?
I won't take a whole lot of time because I feel that everyone has really emphasized it. For me personally, my first WBC was in Minneapolis. And we had some New Mexico chapter members go. I always share a room. The first time that I've not ever shared a room at a NAWBO event was for our board retreat this last, literally a week and a half ago in Buffalo. That was the first time I've ever had a room by myself. And it's fantastic because, I feel that as women business owners, sometimes we put our personal and professional needs aside, and we shouldn't. And so for me, WBC is a priority because it allows me to grow professionally and personally, to expand my peer network. So not just within my NAWBO New Mexico community, but now I have, and over the years, just developed wonderful friendships, relationships, and just like Lisa with the E said, they might be peers, they might be mentors, they're clients, you just don't ever know. Like I always go in to a WBC being open to gleaning whatever insight that I need at that time. And so my takeaways are, sometimes it's personal things that I need to do for me personally, but as well as professionally. So I always fit in. And like Jackie said, sometimes we're looking at our budgets, and sometimes we feel like the conference can be a budget buster, but it doesn't have to be. And so there are ways that we can get creative, and it's amazing to just see everybody and how excited and that energy. And I need that to refresh, because then I get back home and it's like I'm staring at the computer all over again. So for me, it's my personal little vacation, and it's great to just spend it with women who understand that it's not always sunshine and rainbows and unicorns. And that's the reality of being a women business owner. So that's why I go.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all that you all do on the national board level and all the support you provide all of us. And obviously you guys will be at WBC, so everyone can look forward to meeting these wonderful women as well. Okay, well, let me give you a little bit of high level background on the conference in terms of the agenda and that sort of thing. And then I will turn it over to our partner from Bank of America, Beth Hoving, and she can tell you a little bit more about what they have planned, because they are awesome. I also want to mention, also on the call today is Christina Jorgensen. She is part of our HQ team and the head of our communications team specifically. So another potentially familiar face and name, and you'll see her at WBC with us as well. And Christina, if I forget anything, please jump right in.
I will. Hi, everyone. It's so great to be here. Thank you, Lori.
Fabulous. And I see some people dropping their information in the chat. I mean, that's an easy way to connect. Drop your LinkedIn, whatever you want in the chat, so that you know who's on the call and who you might want to follow up with afterward. But let's talk just for a moment or two, again, about the upcoming conference. Number one, if you haven't already, please book your hotel. The reason I say that is we have a room block. Eventually that expires, but probably more importantly, our conference this year is the second weekend of what is called Austin City Limits, ACL. And it's a very big festival, lots of music. Lisa Siebert, I know you said the thumbs up. You've lived in Austin and how wonderful it is. But it brings a lot of people to Austin. So please make sure you book your hotel room, because eventually once our room block ends, it could be that our room block is full and it will be hard to get a hotel room in the area. Also, again, flights, we've talked about, Jackie mentioned, perfect time to look at Southwest. They are one of our wonderful partners. They seem to have some awesome flights out there right now. Also, in the email that you would have gotten this week from NAWBO National, there is a Delta discount. It's a meeting code that goes in. It's not huge, but hey, every little bit helps. So consider Delta Airlines and definitely get your hotel and airfare booked. Okay, also conference, depending on when you're coming, it's either 3 days or 2 days. So the 3 days, if you haven't been before, it's the annual meeting is our first day. as a 501c6 membership organization, we have an annual meeting every year. So that's what's going to take place on Sunday. We will have a couple of sessions before that meeting takes place. First timers, UPS session, they always host a wonderful first time meet and greet, 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Okay, we'll have leadership for chapter leaders, roundtables, 10 o'clock in the morning also. Then we'll get together for lunch and start the meeting about 12:30 in the afternoon. It'll run for a couple of hours. Then we'll have a few sessions after that. You can choose from hearing from our Cultivate Advisors sponsor and Casey Clark. There's also a really neat, the future of work is flow session. I don't want to give away what it is, but that's a very interesting sort of wellness, mindfulness session that will take place. And Wells Fargo is also going to have a session for us on Sunday afternoon. And then it's going to be it'll culminate in a very neat evening, which I will let Beth talk to you about in a moment, but that's open to all of our annual meeting participants and registrants. Then at that time, as the annual meeting is going on, the exhibit hall will be set up. So if you're an exhibitor or others are exhibitors, they'll be setting up typically Sunday afternoon, because then the conference will kick off and run all day Monday, all day Tuesday, October 16th and 17th. Our exhibit hall will be open for large blocks of time during those 2 days. You can see it on our website, and the registration hours are also listed on our website. We have an exciting conference app this year. Again, I'll let others speak about, but we're going to make registration seamless and really get you involved in the conference through our conference app. The 2 days of the conference involve, again, not only exhibit hall hours where you can meet our sponsors, you can shop, you can see a lot of other vendors that are awesome, many of whom are our members, but we also have several keynotes. We'll have a fireside chat on Monday, and more details to come on that, but hosted by Bank of America. And then on Tuesday, Martha Beck. We have been waiting to hear from Martha Beck, and we're very excited to bring her to you as our keynote on Tuesday. Monday afternoon and Tuesday afternoon, we'll have 3 tracks of breakout sessions. And again, all this is on the website. More details are going to be added in the next couple of days. So you can take a look and start thinking about what you'd like to go to. You don't have to stay within one track. Just, pick the sessions that you think are most applicable to you. There's an educational track, one that's a little more connections, social, wellness oriented. And then there's one that is more based on tips and tools for your business. So take a look at those breakouts there. You'll have a choice. On Monday afternoon, you'll go to 2 different ones, and on Tuesday afternoon, 2 different ones. Monday evening, we will have an opening reception, boots and bling. It's a Texas thing. When in Texas, we got to celebrate. We got to have fun. One tip, think about some Western wear. We will have some available there should you like to make a little purchase. You do not have to dress up in Western wear, but if you'd like to celebrate and like to sort of get into the Texas spirit, if you have a hat or you want to get one, anything you might want to think about, we're going to have some fun on Monday night. Tuesday morning, we will have some workshops before we hear from Martha Beck. So again, there'll be a series of 45 and 90-minute workshops that will be added to the website that you can choose from. Very hands-on, very applicable from some of our sponsors. And then after we close out the day, after our afternoon breakout sessions, we will have our gala, and we will announce our Woman Business Owner of the Year. And that is quite a celebration, an amazing way to close out the conference. I should also say each morning in the conference early on, if you are an early bird, we will have about 6:45 to 7:15 or 7:30. One morning we plan to do a walk, weather permitting. And the second morning we will plan to do a yoga or mindfulness session. So take a look for those details if you'd like to get up and join us for that. Anything else? Christina, anybody that I missed so far? I think that's probably it.
I don't think so. I always just say comfortable shoes are a must. So as Lori
Yes.
was speaking about some of these events, bring your fancy heels for the gala, the awards gala. The Western wears, great. I know the Bank of America for those coming to the membership meeting, there's a picnic. So kind of that outdoor casual. And then activewear for the walk and yoga. So kind of start thinking about what to pack and some of those fun things.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Then just a couple more things I want to mention before I turn it over to Beth. What's the dress code for the gala? I'd call it festive. I mean, it totally depends on what you'd like to do. I think some of our women do dress up more for that than anything else. Others, more during the day, more business casual oriented. But yeah, the gala, I'd say if you dress up any one night, that might be it. But please be comfortable. Please, just enjoy yourself. Couple other things. If you haven't, consider buying a program ad. We still do have a wonderful printed program that's often collectible. I have all mine. And so you can purchase an ad. If you have any interest in that, contact me or events@nawbo.org and we will help you out. And if by chance you have a product and are a UPS customer, our sponsor UPS is doing an application process, and they will have up to 3 women business owners who can use their booth space to promote and or sell their products. So if you're interested, it's been in the Sunday email along with our NAWBO WBC email. Otherwise, contact me. But we'd love to have up to 3 of our wonderful attendees in that UPS booth. I think that's it. I think any questions right now before I turn it over to Beth? Okay, then let
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm
sure.
late. I'm unmuting myself.
Please.
Denise, San
Hey,
Antonio.
Denise.
So I had 2 of my board members say that on their national call, it was programs and I can't remember who the other person was. They said for the number of registrants or attendees that we have registered, there's a free registration given to the chapter. Do you know anything about that?
Right. We're going to be announcing that if you have 10, for every 10 registrations from your chapter, you get 1 registration free for a new non-registered member or non-member. Is that correct, Christina, how I'm saying it?
That's correct from what I've heard.
Yes,
So,
it's
yeah.
coming soon. It will be announced, but yes.
Yes.
And we do have several chapters who have quite a number of attendees, which is
Yes.
fabulous.
And San Antonio won.
I was just going to say
Yes.
San Antonio won the most. So, our other chapters here, keep going though, get more attendees, and then you can get, potentially a free registration that you could offer to a non-member or member to get them to attend as well.
Okay, I was just questioning that because I hadn't heard that before, and I wanted to see, because we probably already had those people identified that we would like to give that to, so we didn't know if we register them later or what the process was.
Hold
But that hasn't come
till
out
we
yet.
get out more of a formal announcement on it, but it's absolutely coming your way. So
Okay, thank you.
outstanding. Sure. Okay, well then I'm going to turn this over to Beth Hoving. She is the Senior Vice President of Small Business East Division at Bank of America. She's also one of our favorite Bank of America people. They are an awesome partner. They've been presenting sponsor for 11 years. Just so supportive of us, and we're so grateful for you, Beth. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have planned.
Yeah, thanks, Lori. I'll just do a brief introduction. I'll jump right in. Beth Hoving. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been with Bank of America for 26 years, and I've been the NAWBO ambassador for our Charlotte chapter since 2015. And then the last 2 years, I've been supporting Jill Calabrese-Bain, who I know many of you are familiar with, at our national NAWBO sponsorship as well. So I love hearing about all the reasons why you all love coming to the conference, because that's what we're here to help support and enable. And frankly, we get the same things out of it. We love interacting with all of you. And I always leave, I think this is my 5th national conference I'll be coming to. And I always leave inspired and filled with joy, and my feet might be a little tired from all the dancing, but it is totally worth it because it's so great to feel that energy, as I think Lisa spoke to earlier, being there in person. So what do we have planned for this year? A couple of things. Lori mentioned the Sunday night. We always host the opening party. This year it is a picnic, as Christina mentioned. So it's at a place called County Line on the Lake. And it's this beautiful venue that's got indoor and outdoor. So no matter what the weather is, we'll have lots of options there. And it really feels like a country picnic, and you can come very comfortable, wear sandals or sneakers or whatever you would wear to a picnic type food. We're going to have a DJ and a line dancing instructor there. So it promises to be a very good time and great way to kick off the week. On Monday, one thing before that, the app. Lori mentioned it earlier. I'm excited. As part of our presenting sponsorship, we're going to help support the app. I know I've got college age kids right now, and anytime I go to college orientation, like everything is digital now. You go there and you can pick which events you want to go to, and there's maps, and it just makes it all very simple, and it's at your fingertips. So that's the kind of experience that will be provided this year, where you can customize and have all of the information very easy to navigate through. So on Monday at the conference, a couple of things. One is we always try to be front and center in the exhibit hall. We call it the Bank of America Lounge, because we try to be a place where you're running around, going to your different breakout sessions and buying things from vendors at the exhibit hall, and I just need to sit down for a minute and charge my phone and maybe enter for some kind of a nice giveaway. Come see us. We love to just chat with you and say hello. We always try and make sure it's a really comfortable space, and we always have some kind of interactive activity planned that you can do at our booth, and I'll leave some mystery there on what that's going to be this year, but we'll definitely have that space and some great giveaways that you can put your name in for, like we always do. The other thing is the fireside chat on Monday. So our president of small business, her name is Sharon Miller. She's very active on social media. You see her on the news sometimes. She actually lives in San Antonio, so she's close by. And she's going to be hosting a fireside chat with Mei Zhu. And Mei has an amazing story. I won't give away too much, but she is a Chinese immigrant. She has built an empire of a business and sold one already and is starting another one. And she just has an amazing story and a book that she's written, which we're going to ask her to stick around a little bit after the fireside chat and sign some books for us as well. So that promises to be a great main stage conversation. Jill will, as always, share some expertise from the stage as well. And then a couple of breakouts that we're doing. One is we're bringing in an outside speaker to talk about the art of persuasion. So I am very curious about that one. I mean, no matter what our roles, or parenting or relationships, whatever, persuasion is a part of it. So excited to bring that content to the group. And then also the next gen track, where we're going to be bringing in some of the local women college students, business students, so that they get some exposure to entrepreneurship. And so we're going to do a session for them as well. Bank of America has a great partnership with the Khan Academy, and we have Better Money Habits, both for personal and business, that anyone can access through our website. And we also certify some people to teach workshops on their content. And so we're going to bring in one of our certified presenters, is actually a NAWBO chapter ambassador in Florida. So she's going to be bringing some content to some of our younger up and coming entrepreneurs to help them with their business acumen as well. And then we enjoy hosting a panel with the Women Business Owner of the Year finalists at the gala, and Jill will announce the winner in partnership with NAWBO. So lots of exciting ways to interact with all of you in the conference, and we like to, as always, just bring our presence and our expertise and our resources to make sure that you have the best conference possible. So I'll pause there. Lori, I don't have chat enabled with my Bank of America firewall. So if anything came through, please let me know. Or
You
if
are
anyone
all
has any
good.
questions.
Yep, no chat so far, but does anyone have any questions for Beth? Okay, looks pretty
All right,
good.
well, I'll look forward to seeing you at the conference. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much, Beth. We love working with you all, and we know that it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot going on. Okay. All right. Well, then I'd like to introduce one more person to just say just a couple of quick words too, because Beth mentioned something I had not gotten to yet, which is our Next Gen Forum. And we are very, very excited to have Next Gen coming back in person. We have not had a forum in person since 2019 in Jacksonville. And the head of that subcommittee through the NAWBO organization is Michelle Skina. And she joined us here along the way. And Michelle, I thought maybe you could just say a moment or two, minute or two about the Next Gen Forum and who we're looking to invite, should anyone have connections.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here today. Thanks, Beth. Looking so forward to the entire conference. But near and dear to my heart is the Next Gen Forum. We've been working passionately on really creating a great agenda. Thank you to Bank of America for being a sponsor of the Next Gen Forum. For those of you that may not know, I am a Philadelphia member and I serve as the Next Gen Subcommittee Chair to really help support the next generation of women entrepreneurs really get connected with NAWBO and start their membership early. And we have a great agenda, and we want to bring in the next generation of women entrepreneurs that are in college and are just starting their business, or who are really seriously thinking about starting their business and really could utilize a great day like the one we have set up at the Next Gen Forum. And it's not just about their time there at the WBC in their specific track, which will be Tuesday, set aside for Tuesday, but it's about meeting others like ourselves, like Bank of America, participating, being in and connecting in all the different places that they can connect with other women business owners just like them. And so they can even be, like I said, just interested in an entrepreneurship track or just out of school and they're young in business. So they'll be able to be with our keynote on Tuesday. Bank of America will be hosting a session for them, and really as well as some other there will be some other sessions there. So just for the day on Tuesday, if your daughters or nieces, wherever you are, would like to attend, they can attend. We're also looking for those Next Gen women entrepreneurs that are in the Austin area. And what I'm going to do is just put a link here to our page on the site, on the NAWBO site, which talks about the Next Gen Forum. There are also scholarship opportunities available to those that want to attend, but maybe cannot afford to attend. The scholarship deadline is August 31st. We'd love to get some more scholarship applicants so we can, really have them be with us because they really want to and are passionate about it, but may not be able to afford it. And did I miss anything, Lori, or does anybody have any questions of me? And I'm putting my email in the chat.
Okay, I don't think you missed anything. Again, it's a one-day program for our Next Gen Forum. It'll be going on at the same time as WBC. And as Michelle said, the neat part about it is, especially anybody who could drive in that morning, it's for the day. We do have scholarships available. They'll get separate sessions. They'll get a chance to meet each other. There'll be a panel of some awesome entrepreneurs. There's a set of some sisters, twin sisters who've started a coffee company who are going to join us, plus a couple of others that we're working with. So they're going to get to hear some lessons from entrepreneurs and a chance to connect. And of course, also to connect with our conference audience as they will join us for lunch and for the session with Martha Beck. So they'll kind of have their own thing, then they'll join us, then they'll go back. If you know of anyone or you have connections with schools, again, Michelle put her contact info in, and that would be great because it's a special part of our conference to be able to walk, sort of turn back, reach up, reach back, pull up our next NAWBO members and future chapter leaders. Okay, anybody have questions based on all that we've discussed today? What can I answer for you? What are those nagging questions? Anything?
I have a question. Hi, my name is Cassandra Vitaka Mitchell. I'm in San Antonio with Miss Denise and Miss Griselda. Hey, Griselda. Question, I'm always worried about my food intake. So when you say the word reception, is that like real food? Like, am I going to have like slices of cheese and crackers? What are we talking about here?
That is fair. That is fair. So on Sunday for the annual meeting, we will serve lunch. So you will have lunch. And then you will be able to eat at the Bank of America reception, which I think is probably going to be pretty darn hearty in the evening. So I think you're going to be in good shape there. On Monday, we will have a continental breakfast, and then we will also have lunch. It'll be a buffet lunch. Our reception Monday night will be appetizers and drinks. So you will be on your own for dinner later that evening. And then Tuesday, continental breakfast, buffet lunch again. And then also Tuesday evening will be it'll be buffet dinner, but it will be a dinner for our Woman Business Owner of the Year and Gala. Okay. And just one comment on that, if anyone has severe food allergies, I know we all have preferences, but if you have a severe food allergy, please get in touch with me or email events@nawbo.org. We're glad to accommodate. We're glad to work with you, talk through, what might be needed. And also if anyone needs any special accommodations for any reason related to anything, any concerns related to being comfortable at the conference, please also get in touch with us. We'd love to work with you because, again, we want this to be a phenomenal experience for everyone. Okay. Anyone else have questions? No. Okay. Then I'm going to, what we'd like to do is I will sort of close this out because then I'll stop the recording. But then otherwise, for those who want to stay, which I hope you will, I'd like to set up a couple of breakout rooms and send you off to at least introduce yourselves and, what chapter you're with, what your business is. If you've been to WBC before, maybe what's your greatest takeaway that you're looking for. And I'll just let that go for about 15 minutes and then bring y'all back and we can wrap up. But want to thank everybody for attending this call and anyone else who watches this later. We're just very excited for everybody to come to WBC. This is going to be an outstanding conference. We thank our Austin chapter for helping us. We thank our board and others for working with us to make this so successful. Of course, our sponsors. We are grateful to them as well, but we're going to all come and have an awesome time. So
Lori, can I just add something? So,
yes.
Thank you everyone for joining us for this first stop on our road to WBC. Just know that each one's going to be a little bit different. So just because you came today, come to the second one if you can. We're going to be kind of delving deeper into the breakout sessions. We'll also have our partners with Cultivate Advisors on to share a little bit. And then the last one, we have both UPS and Dell joining us, and we'll talk more about the kind of everything, all the details of what you need to know before you go. So we'd love to see you again.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Good call, Christina.